I'm so excited because it is December 31st, 2024, and I got such a strong group of people in the summertime. And here is one of the wonderful salon owners that I get to feature today. So Kismet, I'm gonna cry a little bit, but I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you, and I just am really delighted to hear what you want to share with us. About your process in becoming light. But tell us your stats and your deets, like your name, location, your salon, how long you've been doing hair.
Sure. Hello, my name is Jessica. I have been doing hair for just celebrated 20 years in the fall, and I've been working in a salon in my home for, well, since 2014, so almost 11 years. Um, and I'm in northwest suburb of Chicago.
Nice. And wow, you've been a salon suite owner from your home like so pre-COVID, right? Because so many people did it like during COVID. It
Yeah,
was a financial or a personal or even like a spiritual decision. But I mean, you really saw like the evolution. So wow.
yeah. I had wanted to work from home for a few years. Well, when I had my first child, so I just wanted to
Yeah.
be home more, and it was a total mom decision. But it ended up being a really I love working from home, pros and cons, but mostly pros for me. I feel like the evolution of how I work with my clients has shifted a lot compared to being in a salon space with multiple
Oh
people.
yeah. I mean, I remember setting up a speakeasy as I kind of called it in my city apartment. And I think I had like some resistance. I thought like, oh, is that like not professional? And then I had a coach tell me, dude, like that's what they do in New York City all the time, Ashley. And I thought, oh, okay. And for some reason, her giving me permission opened me up to being able to feel okay doing that. And I
Mhm.
had such a good time creating my own speakeasy salon, in my apartment. And it was so fun. And it totally did open up a completely different experience for my clients. It was
Yeah,
great.
totally. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a safe space, right? Like everybody just
Oh,
is totally
yeah.
themselves. They open up in a totally different way.
Yeah, and not that I didn't have that level of intimacy when I was working in a larger salon because there was some space between stations, but it was really fun to notice how the environment did help it evolve in a new way, which just kind of segues me into my next question that I'd love to have your answer to, which is, I mean, since you've been a, salon owner at home since 2014, like what inspired you to join Becoming Light? I mean, shoot, 10 years later
Right.
into salon ownership.
Yeah. Well, I think having that evolutionary process with my clients, and I personally went through some like traumatic events and went through my own healing process,
Mm,
or whatever. That's an ongoing thing. But
sure.
I really felt that I couldn't really put my finger on it, but had more to offer to my clients than what I was giving just on the surface in terms of like hair services and a listening ear.
Mhm.
Um, and so when I came across your thing, I think it was on Instagram, it was like ding, just kind of like a light bulb went off. And so then I stalked you for a little while, and I was like, this is the thing. This is what's missing, or this is what I can do. This is what I can offer to my people. And so that was the initial push, was like, I know I have more to offer. I don't know what that is, and I don't know how to put it together in the business. So that was what drew me to your program for sure.
Yeah. I'm so excited that you stalked me for a while and that it was a yes for you. That's cool. I love hearing that when people say, I've stalked you for a while, and I think,
Yeah.
oh, that's great. I love that actually. They were gathering information to really make sure that it was a heaven yes for them. And what has your process been like? Because I remember you saying, I think at one point, maybe it was like a month ago, you said like, I thought it was going to be like this, but I had no idea it was all this and so much more. So, can you just share some of like what your process and also what you really enjoyed?
Sure. Yeah, that whole thing was, I really thought it was going to be just around techniques for business. Like that's kind of just what I anticipated at the beginning. And then now I get teary. It ends up being this personal journey that changes everything, everything. So, yes, I don't know how to put that into words so much as like, I thought I was going into it like, I'm going to get some new tools for my business. And then it's like, just kidding. You're going to be a whole new human and your path is changing and you're going to be able to be so much more for yourself, your family, your business, life in general, humanity. Like it just feels so much bigger as you go through the work and it's magical.
Yes, magical. I love that you use that word because I watched you evolve into like a magical goddess during this time. Even when we don't feel like it, we're like covered in products and hair color. We're like juggling the tech and stuff. I'm like, how do I do email marketing? But I've watched you walk. I mean, I'm tearing up. I've watched you walk that path in really living the life of a healer and imbuing magic into your life.
It feels good and it feels big and powerful and scary too, like uncharted territory for sure, but excited, not scared, right? Of the new.
Yeah.
So that feels good.
Yeah, oh, that's right. I'm remembering you posted in our Facebook group. I remember, didn't you do a wedding like very early on because it was summertime and you were
Yes.
so excited about like the revenue that you were able to bring in. You thought, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah, that was crazy because it was kind of it was like immediate proof of concept for what was happening because I had taken your accelerator program first and then implemented implemented the pricing structure change pretty much,
Mhm.
well, actually like right as I joined Becoming Light.
Yeah.
And so that was translating through that whole wedding process, which, was a client that I've been doing her hair since she was 4. And I do like the whole family's client. Like I do her grandparents, her mom, and her siblings. Like I do the whole family's hair. And so that was just a really kind of like, everything coming together moment of like this 20 years of doing hair. And I'm shifting into, I don't know what I'm shifting into, but it was amazing because it was also financially beneficial, which I hadn't paid attention to in a really long time. So that was really cool. And in a way that made me feel confident in my abilities and my capacity to grow and draw in, right? Like
Mhm.
to draw in what I want and need. Um, that was a really, really awesome experience in the summertime.
Hmm. Yeah, I like it when people get big wins in the beginning so that it gives them the confidence to continue to progress because then you progressed in all of these other magical ways. And I watched you really grow as a healer and suit up and show up for the work and your clients as well. I mean, those case studies were incredible. We worked really hard on them together and we're still working on them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the progression that you evolved into was really fun to witness.
Yeah, I mean, and I couldn't have done it without the guidance because it's the gathering of the information and the figuring out how to gather more and more in-depth information from people so that you can help them in the way that they need to be guided themselves. And so that was so integral in like that becoming more of a healer and just even being able to say that about myself that I'm a healer. That feels a little bit foreign and kind of strange still, but the people had such good feedback and results that it's like how can I deny that? So it's I'll be coming for myself as well. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Tell me about how this has impacted your life as a whole.
Oh, jeez. um as a whole, I'm new. I'm new. um I see things differently. I'm such a planner and I need to know kind of a person. And
Yes, you are.
made, this has created a space where I don't need to know. And what is that? It is just freedom. It's freedom to just, because then I can just be. and things can just happen, and I can try things and I can work on things and I can notice things that I couldn't notice before because I was so like tunnel vision on the plan. So how it's just I'm a completely different person in the most amazing way. This program really shifted a lot of things that I did not anticipate. And I'm so grateful for all the tools because I get to take that into every aspect of my life. So who knows what's going to happen?
No, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
Sorry.
No sorries. No sorries. This is the work. This is the best. Well, you're gonna attract people who are like you, which means that they're stalking. What would you say to other stalkers? If there's like a
Oh,
piece of advice or something.
sure. To the other stalkers out there, it's real. It's real. If you need something, if you feel like something is calling to you and you're not sure what it is, or maybe you are, and this is what comes up for you, there's a reason why. And just invest in yourself. It will be worth it. There's no other words for that. It changes who you are.
Thank you so much for sharing your story. It's a big deal.
Yeah, thank you. It's been amazing.